Finger fractures are quite common. You can fall, you can slam in a door. I was working with somebody who was working on something, a marble slab kind of came in and hit him on his two fingers, broke his fingers. So one of the common questions I get as an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist is, will it heal fully? And my answer is yes, but there are some nuances that I want to share with you. My name is Hoang. I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist, and I work in Miami at Hands-On Therapy Services. So if you're in Miami and you're suffering with a hand problem, included in the links below are ways in which you can contact us. So one of the most common questions I get is, will the bone heal fully? Now we have a lot of bones in our hands. We have 3 each in our fingers, 2 in our thumbs, and then we have 5 across our hands. Now what happens is these bones heal very well because they have blood supply. So when you ask the question of does it heal well, it does heal well because we have blood supply to it. Now the problem usually that people are wondering about is really about the recovery. Will you recover fully? So when it comes to recovering fully, majority of the time, yes, you can recover fully. But where people get stuck when it comes to hand problems is 1, swelling that doesn't go away. It comes and goes, it comes and goes. And 2, that constant stiffness that they have in their hands. Well, I'm going to address both of them because I want to help you understand what's going on so you can actually get the help. I've been making videos on YouTube for a while now, just for my clinic and just educating the public, but I also teach this to other therapists through my other company called Hand Therapy Secrets. And it's such a problem when it comes to the hands because people feel like it's so complicated. It's not that complicated when you learn about it, right? So let me teach you. Bones heal within 4 to 6 weeks, and then by 12 weeks, you're fully healed. Whether you're healed in an abnormal position or you're healed in a regular position, by 12 weeks, you're healed. The problem comes in from the time you start showing healing, which is 4 weeks, until the time where you're still struggling, is that you might not have fully recovered from a rehab process. Now, these are called your metacarpals. We have 5 of them. And I have videos specifically on boxer's fractures. So if you have a boxer's fracture, go take a look at that. But you have 3 bones in each of your finger. The small finger and the thumb are your 2 most common fingers to get fractured, to get broken, right? After that, it's your ring finger, and then after that, it's your middle finger, and then after that, it's your index finger. So it just depends on what's going on, what's happening. But regardless of which bone you broke, this guy right here, that middle child, is a problem. How do I know? I'm a middle child. I'm a problem. Kidding. So this knuckle tends to get stuck in a very bent position. Now, the most common problem that people have with this knuckle is that not only is it stuck in this position, but they can't straighten it and it's swollen. It comes and goes and comes and goes. Now, one of the things I have to say when it comes to swelling is that this knuckle, if it has the potential to be completely straight, then the only way to get rid of the swelling and the only way to get rid of that stiffness is to make it fully straight. A patient that we're recently working with, he had such great success. We were able to avoid surgery for him. He broke this bone and he broke this bone. Now, we were able to avoid surgery, and what we did was we put him into a splint that was positioned like this. And so in the first several weeks, we're able to position him like this, and we're able to start gentle, active motion. Going to a professional will help you to get your results better and faster because they can guide you into doing the right movements at the right locations in the right time. So we were able to get him moving so that what these fingers right here won't get stiff. So one of the very first things I worked on was just making sure that we were able to make it as straight as possible based on how his bone was broken. And then because we were able to make it straight, we were able to get rid of that swelling and we could get rid of that stiffness. So we got this finger straight. I'll tell you, this one did not get fully straight. Why? Why doesn't it get fully straight? Well, because that one was the worst finger. A marble slab came and fell on his finger and broke it. And he was just adamant, like, I don't want to have the surgery. I'm okay with a little bit of a deformity. And that's essentially what happened. Because of how bad it was broken, there was a little bit of like angulation, meaning like it was bent a certain way. Then there's a little kind of a little divot right here. And then this end of the bone kind of like stuck out a little bit. So we were able to get him like 20 degrees. So when it comes to this middle knuckle, you never want it to be more than 30 degrees. But let's say this is 0 and this is 30 degrees. You never want it more than 30 degrees. If it's more than 30 degrees, it's really bent and the finger gets in the way of everything, and then you need a surgery. So you want it to be less than 30 degrees. 0 is optimal and the best. So he has finished his rehab with us, but his finger still needs to be pushed on. So you want to continue to push on it until you lose that stiffness. The sensation of stiffness that you have is because your joint is capable of doing more and you're just not helping it along. So you just want to keep stretching it and stretching it and stretching it straight until you can achieve when you don't feel that stiffness anymore. Now, if you break it and it's kind of hurt inside the joint, sometimes you will have that residual stiffness. One of the things that we're doing at our clinic is we're using regenerative therapy. We have 2 machines, but the EMTT, which uses magnetic oscillations, gets into the nook and crannies of the small joint and all the tissues, and it helps it at the cellular level. And so we've been able to see really great results with it right away, where it starts to help with that chronic sensation of stiffness and that chronic swelling. Not everyone has this technology, so if you're in Miami and you have finger fractures, definitely let us know. We've been working and putting it on our patients because the radial shockwave, this is too small to be able to affect it. Now, inside your hand, you have little muscles and then you have big muscles. So sometimes your stiffness or that pain that you continue to get is because the muscles that move your fingers are actually out here in your elbows. So you got to make sure you're working those muscles to make sure that your fingers move from over here, and then you got to make sure that your muscles are moving from in here in order to rebalance how your hand works. But if you are broken right here, one of the best things that you can do is to continue to stretch it as straight as possible. I've seen people with really complex injuries, like when you break it, but you also cut a tendon. We have somebody like that right now, and she comes in and she's about like 30 degrees. And when we stretch her, we can get to her to about 10 degrees. And as soon as we start stretching and working all that tissue, her swelling goes down, her stiffness goes down, her pain goes down. The problem is, let's be honest, she's not doing it between our sessions. I'm teaching you, but if you don't do it, it won't get better. I can bring you to water, but I can't take your head and make you drink it, right? So whatever the problem is, from a recovery process, it is extremely repetitive. So when I share something like, you got to hold that stretch for as long as you can, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, you got to do your stretches every 2 hours. It's very repetitive. You don't have to be there for an hour, but 5 minutes, stretch that sucker out, make it straight, massage that. You want wrinkles on the back of your knuckles in between. See this skin right here? You want that skin to move. You see how it moves from side to side? See how it pulls up, right? You have wrinkles here, you have wrinkles back here, and then don't forget, you have wrinkles back here too. So you want all these wrinkles. Whatever amount of wrinkle that you get on the hand that is not broken, you want it on the hand that is broken. You're trying to restore and rehab it. The skin and all those tendons have to move. The joint has to be flexible so that you can get rid of your swelling, so that you can get rid of your pain, so you can get rid of that stiffness. And then everything will move and be more balanced. But everyone's hand injuries are slightly different, and I can tell you right now, a lot of people who are very stiff, who break their hands, are sitting here constantly going like halfway, like this. And that's throwing the balance of the small muscles in your hand and the ones back here. And so then you perpetuate your own swelling and your own stiffness. So you gotta stop that exercise. If you don't have enough range of motion to tuck it in and to make it straight, stop squeezing on a ball. Your problem isn't strength. Your problem is that you don't have enough motion. Your muscles are not moving in balance between the small ones and the big ones. So one of my most favorite exercises to do, especially if you're real tight right here, is to clasp your hand. These are your metacarpal bones, right? Find the space in between. Hold it. Number one, you can just stretch like that. Number two, you can just open. Open, open, open. I was working with a woman who watched one of my videos. She had a distal radius fracture. Her fingers are stiff as a board, swelling, stiffness, can't move it. She watched one of my videos and she said from this one exercise, she was able to get rid of her hand pain. Now her fingers still aren't moving, right? So now she's coming in. She's actually in a different part of Florida and she's driving in to do what we call an intensive. She's going to stay for a week and then she's going to come twice a day so we can get her started moving with her hands and then point her in the right direction so that she can find a therapist in her area. Now we did a telehealth consult, but once I see it and once I start helping her, we saw some results online, but her hands are stiff. She needs a person who's going to push on them and help her get moving, because when your hands become stiff and you develop a stiff hand, it becomes extremely painful and your recovery process is very hard. Bones heal within 4 to 6 weeks, but if you're not doing the right thing, your recovery process can be months. So do it right the first time. This one right here, great. Just clasp your hand, relax your muscles, relax your shoulders. Let those muscles and those ligaments in between stretch out a little bit. And once you get that, then you want to open, open, open. When you open your fingers, you're stretching all of the muscles to get long that need to close. So you're going to stretch it open. So then after that, you can go into what we call a hook fist, right? We want to go into a hook fist. So number one, clasp hand. Number two, open, open, 10 reps. Number three, we go into a hook fist. Open, hook fist, open, hook fist. These are very gentle exercises. It's just to show you can recover, you can get rid of the swelling, you can get rid of the stiffness, and it's just a matter of how you start your rehab process and how you do your exercises to get these moving. The ligaments there are very tight because we need them to hold our bones together. And so when you have an injury, they get really stiff really fast. But bones heal. It's just a recovery that takes a long time if you're not doing it in the right way, in the right order. Try those things out. Look for a certified hand therapist in your area. You can find them via zip code. If you're in Miami, I'm here. My name is Hoang. My team can help you with your finger fractures and hand pain, and ask us about how our regenerative therapy technologies can help you move your progress a lot better and faster and in less pain. Let me know if you have any questions from that. Your questions help me to create more videos just like this for educational purposes and to help you understand what's going on. Once you understand your injury, then it'll be easier for you to make a decision in terms of your therapy process, who to find, who to work with, and how well you can recover from it. I've worked with some of the worst hand injuries and I've gotten them back to playing tennis, squash, working out. I mean, it's totally possible. You just have to believe that it's possible for you. All right? Let me know if this has helped. Leave me a comment below, like and subscribe, and all the things. All right? I'll see you on the next video.